everybody, Stephanie with SimplyFun here, along with all of my SimplyFun buddies. These guys are going to be part of some really cool game sets for this month. We've got Tibber here, who will be on special with Wake Up Stars, Digger, who will be on sale with Digger's Garden Match, and then we've got Pickles the Pig, who will be on special with Pickles Slide To Win, okay? So I'm very excited for December. We've got some great things happening for all of the games on sale. We've got great things for joining. We've got great things for hosting. And I can't wait to show you it all next. Here we have Pickle Slide To Win. It's based on a carnival theme, and it's great for those young players who are just learning how to sit still for a game. So here we have this marble that we are going to try to slide through one of the tunnels to win a prize. So we'll slide that through, and if it lands on an animal, you're gonna get the corresponding prize. So this is the pink side. If I landed on a big animal, I get a small prize. If I were to have landed on one of the smaller animals, I would get one of the smaller, or the big prize, okay? 5 prizes and you win. In Wake Up Stars, we are talking about emotions. On your turn, you are gonna spin the dial here, and this is gonna tell you how many stars you pick up. You pick up a star, and you tell something about a feeling that something that makes you feel this way. So for me, I get scared when I come across a snake outside in the grass, okay? And then you put it up onto your game board here. If the spinner here would land on Tibber, you would then grab a star and tell something that makes Tibber happy. And Tibber really likes it when somebody brings him carrots. First person to fill their game board wins. Buddy Hop is a favorite game at our house, especially during the winter because it helps burn a little bit of energy. But we play it slightly different than the official rules. So I take all these different fun boards and I spread them out into the living room as far and wide as I possibly can, okay? Then I make sets of cards for each of my kids so they have an even number, okay? On what we do, everybody grabs their top card on their turn and they run and try to find the matching board as quickly as they can and lay it down. Then they come back for their next card, okay? And you try to get, whoever gets through their deck first wins. Where the memory component of this game is, if you can remember where those boards are, you're gonna get through your deck a lot faster and win the game. In Dreaming Dragon, we have this lovely mama who is taking a nap after laying her eggs, and all these sneaky lizards climbed up into her nest. Your job is to try to get the lizards off without any of the eggs falling off. If one does happen to fall off, you just, say we crashed one. We just throw that back in the box along with one of your lizards. The person who has the most lizards at the end wins. In Ice Tumble, we are trying to build a tower using these Tetris-like pieces. On your turn, roll the dice, and that tells you what you're going to do. Here, I would get to give away one of my pieces to somebody else. Otherwise, there's where you put one on the tower or you put 2 on the tower. If at any point on your turn the tower falls over, all the pieces that fell down go back into the bag or the box, and you have to take 2 out of there to add to your collection. The first person to get rid of all of their blocks and put their Arctic fox up on top then wins. If you'd like to add an extra level of challenge to this game, you would also use this dice when you are divvying up the blocks at the beginning. So you can roll the dice and you would take 1 from the collection, 2 from the collection, or you would take 1 from somebody else. In Trifusion, we are matching up colors to earn points. So right here, we could play this card, and we are creating larger shapes in green, blue, and green, and they all align. Over here would be an invalid move. Although we are matching yellow and blue on this side, these 2 colors do not align. Where this game gets interesting is how you keep score, or earn points. So when you add on to the colors, you get to color up the blocks that you are adding onto. So I'm adding on to this green shape, this blue shape, and green here. So I don't count the points on here, just the ones I'm adding to. So I'd get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And that looks like a pretty good play. This one over here is actually even a better play. If we add this on, we've got blue that lines up along with this big chunk of yellow. So I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. You keep score as you go along, tallying everything up, and then at the end, whoever has the most points wins. Amalgam is one of my all-time favorite games. As you're playing, you are going to be collecting ingredients for your potion. So the first move, you always move 2 spaces, and then you're allowed to take anything from this row. Now you have to pay really close attention to what you're grabbing, because this is kind of where some memory comes in. But you also need to pay attention to the number in the corner. This is going to be how many spaces you get to move on your next turn, along with the point value of this ingredient. So I could take that and place it in there, and then I would refill that card. So now to explain the point value, this could either be a good thing or a bad thing. If I end up collecting only one of a kind of this ingredient, I would end up subtracting those points. If I grab two of a kind, I would get 0 points. 3 of a kind, you get the point total. 4 of a kind, you get the point total plus 5. And then if those colors also match your pawn, you get double time, okay? So you really have to pay attention to what ingredients are going into your cauldron, as well as the points. So on my next turn, I would get to move 2 spaces and then grab something from this line right here, okay? So you have to remember what you're grabbing, because as soon as you grab your next ingredient, you're covering it up and you do not get to see it unless on one of your turns you decide to pick up a spell card that allows you that. And there's several different spell cards throughout the game that either allow you to grab something even though you're not in that row or whatever. But you just keep going until the cards run out, and then you tally up your points. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. This is Matter, and it is definitely one of our most difficult strategy games. So what we have here we've got fire, earth, wind, and water, of course. And so we are trying to use these elementals along with our tokens to gain possession of one of these point tokens, okay? So on your turn, you get to place one of your elementals, and this would be fire, around anywhere on the game board. And you can also place one of these if you want to. These help take claim over this point area. So you have to look at everything around the points, okay? And everything around an extra area. Now, I will admit, I am not going to be the best one to explain this game. This is a very complicated game, especially when trying to figure out the scoring. Your best option, if you want to really figure out how to play this game, is to watch it on our website. On our website, we have a video detailing every single game that we have. And it will give you the instructions on how to play, what benefits you're learning from it, and all sorts of extra fun detail. But at the end, once all the tokens, elemental tokens, are on the game board, you then are going to look at each of one of these point spaces and see who has the most claim over it. And then they would be able to take that point. And then you add up the points at the end, and whoever has the most points wins the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at SimplyFun with Steph.